Hello people, welcome back to another episode of Twitter is Terrible. Today, we are taking a look at a situation where people went after Karl Jacobs because he used to watch a Twitch streamer who had a somewhat controversial past. There are so many problems here with this specific case we'll be taking a look at today in this video, because not only are they going after Karl's past, but they're also going after Karl because he simply enjoyed watching a Twitch streamer who is seen now today as controversial, and that doesn't mean anything at all regarding Karl. Then we also have all these people on Twitter twisting things around and changing the truth, stretching the truth and stuff like that, and making a big deal over something as stupid and dumb as this. Overall, for this video, you guys just need to prepare for a lot, and I mean a lot of stupid today. And for that, I got a great offer for all of you guys watching. Everyone who likes this video right now is going to be receiving their very own stupid repellent spray delivered to their front doorstep within seconds. Just spray your repellent and all the stupid will go away. It's as easy as that. While you're down there liking the video, might as well subscribe too. You'll be helping me out so much in reaching my goal of 250,000 subscribers by the end of 2021, and I'd honestly appreciate it so much. But yeah, anyways, honestly, there is a lot to talk about for this situation, so I just want to jump right into the thread where they're trying to cancel Karl Jacobs. So I'm gonna just read the whole entire thread first, just so you guys can know what is going on here, and then after I read the thread, I will give my opinion on all the stuff that they're saying. Without further ado, let's get into it. The thread starts off by saying, here's a photo of Karl Jacobs with a racist streamer, Ice Poseidon, which Karl has said he was a big fan of. The streamer would have raids where he would have his fans call black people racial slurs. Someone had said Karl participated in them, but no one is sure, but since Karl was a big fan, it wouldn't be surprising. More about the ice person, which I'm honestly gonna just skip over. All you guys have to know is that Ice Poseidon did have a very bad past, but this thread is about Karl Jacobs and not Ice Poseidon, which is one of the big things we will be talking about after we get through these tweets. But yeah, moving on. They continue the thread by saying, I don't even want Karl to address this. What is there to be addressed? He was a big fan of an openly racist person. What more is there to add? They then show a video of Ice Poseidon doing some of the controversial things that he did in his past. Once again, not even gonna look at it because we're talking about Karl Jacobs and not Ice Poseidon. This thread is not about Ice Poseidon. Then they said Karl still follows him, and here's Karl interacting with him, and that tweet has been taken down that they quote tweeted it, so I really can't even see, but regardless, that is the whole entire thread. So like I said, this is all ridiculously stupid. Karl Jacobs in the past, many years ago, back in like 2018, maybe even before that, watched Ice Poseidon, who is one of the biggest streamers on Twitch. A lot, and I mean a lot of people watched Ice Poseidon. Just because you're a fan of a streamer doesn't mean that you agree with everything that they do. Obviously, you don't agree with everything that they do. You aren't that person. Karl Jacobs shouldn't be held accountable for the stuff that a streamer that he used to be a fan of did. Like, the fact that I have to actually explain this right now is just so absurd to me. All this stuff that Ice Poseidon is being called out for, sure, it may be true. Ice Poseidon probably did that. Ice Poseidon probably isn't the best person. I don't really know much about it because I'm not even going to look into it, because the whole entire thing about this is Karl Jacobs is being canceled because he used to watch Ice Poseidon in the past, and that is so stupid. All right, to put this into retrospect, imagine, for example, me. If any of you guys like my content, if you are possibly a fan of me, imagine if one day I decided to go out and do something very bad. Imagine I do, something very controversial. Now, would it make sense if later on in life you guys, have a good job or something? Say maybe you're a streamer, all right? Would it make sense if you got canceled because you used to watch my videos? No, you're not the person who did something bad. In that case, it would have been me doing something bad. Like, that literally makes no sense at all. How are you gonna go after someone simply for watching a streamer? And I mean, they do say, oh, here's a photo of Karl Jacobs with a racist streamer. That doesn't mean that they're best buds or anything. at all. Actually, what happened here is with the photo being taken, Ice Poseidon is an IRL streamer, right? He goes around IRL with a camera and live streams it to a bunch of people. So Ice Poseidon was doing one of his IRL streams and he was in the same area as Karl Jacobs. So Karl Jacobs, being a fan of his content, went over and met him in real life and got a picture with him. That's all this picture is. Now, if in the past Karl Jacobs was once friends with Ice Poseidon, who cares? Why should Karl Jacobs be held accountable for what one of his friends did? Like, that makes no sense. Imagine one of your best friends one day does something terrible. That's not your fault. That's your friend's fault for doing something terrible. It makes no sense as to why, like, Karl wasn't even friends with him, so it's even worse, all right? If someone being friends with someone doesn't make sense, then somebody being a fan of somebody who's done bad stuff in the past makes even less sense. There's no reason why Karl Jacobs should be canceled. And the worst part about all of this is Karl Jacobs ended up responding to it all. He literally, like, made a formal apology for it. And listen, I kind of, like, I get it. I understand that, you know, he's this goody two shoes online and he can't make one single mistake, or else the people on Twitter and some of his fans might just never watch him again and will try to cancel him and all that stuff, because that's the kind of atmosphere that he's in. He has to be perfect or else he'll get canceled on Twitter. That's just how it is for all these content creators at this point. But he still gave in and gave his apology, and like I said, I understand why he did it, but I still think it was really, really stupid for him to apologize for this. And we are gonna actually get into the apology right now and show you guys what happened there. So Karl first went on stream and tried to give an apology, but I guess people didn't really like it. Here's a quick clip of it.
Hello. How's it going? Everybody, welcome. It's me, Karl Jacobs. Okay, really quick, just right out the gate. I've seen a few threads going around. I just wanted to address. I didn't want to like tweet it because it felt disingenuous, if that makes sense. So, like, if I stumble words, I'm sorry. If you need clarification, 100%, I understand. I just think it's better I just discuss stuff on stream, if that makes sense. Are we good with that? Is everybody okay? So there's threads going out there that I've associated with a streamer, a prominent streamer that is currently known for a lot of bad stuff, like racism, any phobia you could think of. And I just want to make it clear, 1,000,000% I don't condone anything they've done. I hope that it's clear that that's just not who I am as a person. It's just never who I want to be. It's not, I just don't want anybody to ever associate that kind of, that garbage with me, because it's just not true, right? And I'm sorry that I'm sorry that I've made anybody feel uncomfortable, because I understand that.
So yeah, he was saying stuff like, I'd rather do this on stream than write a Twitter, but I'm guessing the people on Twitter didn't like this apology for whatever reason. I honestly have no idea on that one. Really couldn't find too much on it, but he did end up making this twit longer instead. He put out this twit longer titled Addressing Concerns. If you don't feel like listening to this whole entire apology, you guys can just skip to this timestamp listed up on the screen, but I am going to read the whole thing for those who do want to hear it. Addressing Concerns. After my stream the other day, I felt like I wasn't able to express how I felt correctly and that it wasn't the best format for me to respond in. So I wanted to make a formal apology here where I can more explicitly express myself in an organized format. That way I can make sure that I say things the right way. Since then, I have taken the time to educate myself and do my best to hear people's concerns. Recently, some people have come forward with discomfort about me being in a stream with an old Twitch streamer, Ice Poseidon, from a few years ago. This is a completely justified concern because Ice Poseidon made very controversial, offensive, and old types of content that I absolutely don't support. Ice Poseidon for a long time was one of the largest people on Twitch, and back then I was genuinely someone that looked to Twitch as my clear passion in life. So I followed and watched everyone that was at the top of Twitch. I know that a lot of them definitely weren't good people or aren't now, and I should have been more conscious of that in my past. I understand that is absolutely from a place of privilege, which is something that I've actively learned from. Just to explain how I ended up on his stream, he was doing an IRL stream in my city where I lived there, and when I had the ability to show up on one of the biggest streamer streams at that point, I decided to show up where he was streaming on Invited. I did sincerely apologize, as I have for a while now understood that this could be viewed as an endorsement. I don't endorse any of his actions, and I stopped watching his content a long time ago. I'm extremely sorry to anyone that heard that we had met and was impacted in a negative way. I never want anyone to feel uncomfortable in this community or to have doubts on who I am as a person. The next two paragraphs are about a different situation, which we aren't even talking about in this video. We might talk about it in another video later on, but that would just make this video way too long, so we're just going to go to the final paragraph of this twit longer. He said, I mostly want to get across that I am genuinely sorry to anyone I have affected. I know that it is important to lead anyone that follows me as a mascot of positivity and comfort. Apologizing for them. I promise to show beyond just exclaiming that I won't let things like this happen again, because I want everyone to feel comfortable being a part of this community. As you all do genuinely mean a lot to me. Love you guys. Thank you for hearing me out. I'm genuinely sorry, Karl. So, all right, there's a lot to take in here. I think that him apologizing is honestly just so ridiculously stupid. It really is, because they're mad at the fact simply because he watched a content creator in the past. Like, this dude's literally getting canceled for the type of content he decided to consume on the internet before he was even a streamer or anything, because he liked to watch a Twitch streamer who is controversial. Like, that's it. He watched a content creator on Twitch and now he's being canceled. I think a simpler way for Karl to have just addressed all of this would have been to be like, I don't watch Ice Poseidon anymore. Yeah, I used to watch him in the past. That's that. Like, I really don't see a problem that he used to watch a streamer, dude. Like, it really doesn't make sense at all. What Ice Poseidon did in the past, you know, that's a whole entire other story. He's done some very bad stuff for sure. Like, he definitely has had, like I said, a controversial past. But just simply because Karl Jacobs wanted to watch him, wanted to watch his streams. And the reason he wanted to watch his streams, like he said, is because he was one of the biggest people on Twitch. He was one of the largest Twitch streamers. So he was watching him just because he's one of the biggest people. You know, that's just something you do. I've watched Ice Poseidon in the past for the same exact reason, just because he's one of the biggest people out there and I wanted to see what he was doing. Anyways, that is way more than enough stupid for me today. I really can't understand this shit at this point. All right, you can't cancel somebody for watching a content creator in the past who just so happens to be controversial. That makes zero sense. Karl Jacobs, I just really don't think should have apologized in this sense anyways. Like I said, I completely understand why he had to do this and why he went at it this way. I get it. I really do. I understand what kind of spot he's in. I still think that this was a very stupid decision on his part to apologize like this, because the whole entire situation is stupid and it could have been put off a lot easier. With that all being said and done, I did just want to quickly thank all my channel memberships listed down below in the description, as well as the names you see up on the screen, especially you two, Cameronni and NamesThunder, for being in the Patrick tier, which is in fact the highest tier you can get on this channel. So seriously, you guys are so awesome. Thank you so much for that. If you guys do want to see some more stupid, do not fret, do not fear. There is plenty more of stupid to be seen. Just click one of the thingies up on the screen. And yeah, bye.